So as the title of the video says, there is a lot of truth to that statement, but it's not all just doom and gloom, right? If you're constantly online and you're just constantly seeing the opinion of all these different YouTubers saying how dating is dead, and from both sides, right? Both from men and women saying all these sort of different toxic statements, and just making you believe that there are no good people out in the world and that everything is finished pretty much, right? I would highly suggest that you stop listening to these people and you go out into the real world and live your life, right? There is a lot of truth to what these people are saying, but I don't completely agree. And I've seen it firsthand that there still are some good people out there, though they are not in the majority, right? They are not a dime a dozen. Unfortunately, the state of our society has declined morally, in terms of virtue, in terms of just overall quality of people on both sides, right? Both men and women. And this obviously is going to lead to a lot of problems. So in some places, I am told it is better than others, but here in the Western world, I can confidently tell you that this is definitely the truth. For the most part, it is very hard to find a quality person or quality people in general. And again, this is because of various different reasons that have been pushed upon people, that have been pushed upon the masses for a long time, right? A long time now, right? This isn't something that just sprouted out of nowhere one day and everybody just changed from day and night, right? From one day to the other. This has been a work in progress that has slowly, eroded at the minds of people and has definitely engineered, the way people think, view the world, and just operate on a day-to-day. But there is hope. Like I said, it's not over. I definitely, if you're listening to this video, would encourage you to just focus on your life, focus on yourself, focus on the things that you want to achieve, and get to a place where you're genuinely happy just being alone, right, with your life. Everybody's situation is different, obviously. You do what you think is best for you at the end of the day, but if you're a young person listening to this, that's the advice that I would give you, right? Take your mind off of dating, take your mind off of the opposite, gender, and focus on God and focus on your mission. If God has something for you, He will let you know. If God has somebody for you, He will let you know. But first, you have to mold yourself into a person that's worthy of being in a relationship. That's another problem, right? People jump into relationships and they have a lot of trauma. They have a lot of baggage. They are very, immature, not very developed, people, in terms of mentality and just in terms of overall character. And they attract what they are, right? They get into relationships with other toxic people, and they never really truly get out of that cycle. They just keep falling into that cycle over and over. So before you jump into a relationship, before you try to find a significant other, ask yourself if you are truly a person that is worthy of being in a relationship, right? And at the end of the day, what is the true purpose of wanting to find a partner, right? That's to start a family. Right? To start something with another person and have each other's backs and grow from that place. But again, how many people are actually going into relationships with that in mind, right? So how many people are getting into relationships for the wrong reasons? And when you get into relationships for the wrong reasons, it's not going to end well. So if you're a young person listening to this, focus on your goals, focus on your mission, get closer to God, and He'll reveal, the time, if there is a time for you. I'm not saying to be a hermit and not to talk to anybody ever again. I'm just simply stating that your focus needs to change and that it needs to be directed towards the things that actually matter, or the one that actually matters, right? Which is God first. And just focusing on, again, building the best life possible for yourself and for the people that you care about. And once you get to a place where, you're happy with where you are financially, where you're happy, you're happy with the physique that you have, with the goals that you've achieved, with the career that you have, and you have a good relationship with God, then, He will guide the next steps. But again, I would encourage you to just get off the internet and get out there and live life, right? In a good sense. I'm not saying to go out there and be a degenerate, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying to not live your life through the opinions of people on the internet, including this one, right? Including this video. Put the phone down, go touch grass, and just and go outside and talk to people, right? What I'm trying to say is that you should just put the technology down. Stop listening to all these different opinions on the internet, because that can be overwhelming, right? You don't know who to trust. You don't know which opinion is right, which opinion is wrong. People are saying a bunch of different stuff, and it can be hard to really pinpoint what the truth is, right? Which is why I would encourage you to, again, just trust God and learn to follow Him and learn to trust Him, which He has your best interests in mind at the end of the day, right? He knows what's right for you, and He'll guide you if you let yourself be guided by Him. If you follow Him, His opinion is the one that matters, right? So again, don't fall into this mindset that a lot of people fall into, this overly negative kind of doomer mindset of, oh, it's absolutely cooked, right? We're done for. Everything's done for. There are no good people out there in the world, right? If you consume too much of that content, if you consume too much negativity, eventually your thoughts will start being the same way, right? And eventually your actions will start reflecting the things that you see. So be very careful of the things that you listen to, of the things you see, and make your own opinions and judgments, right? At the end of the day, draw your own conclusions based on truth, right? On reality, on experience, and not just, on things that you see or hear. Have a mind of your own, so to speak, right? Don't just be a blindless, follower of what's trendy or what's mainstream or what other people are saying, right? Draw your own conclusions. Because, again, there's a lot of dishonest or just toxic information out there. So if you made it this far, hopefully something that I mentioned in this video is of use to you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I just give my 2 cents on a variety of topics, whether it be in the area of life advice or general life advice, self-improvement, anything that might, pique my interest in general. Try to give my opinion on it based on personal experience and observation that hopefully, you'll find value in. Thank you to all the subscribers and viewers of this channel. Let me know your thoughts on this video. If you have any video suggestions in general, anything at all. And I'll see you guys in the next one.